Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, as I said, you are going to be seeing a ton of upgrades from me. So before I even get started with my planting, I just want to show you what I've done. So over the top of all my fields, you're going to notice that I've actually barriered them up. Now the whole idea behind this is I can plant whatever I want in each of these enclosures. Now the idea is to actually right now cultivate some seeds so that I can have a nice harvest for my next round of vegetables. So I've got turnips and carrots. So carrot soup, turnips, raw meat, raw necktails, all of that I've already stored up and I've already started the improvements inside my base. Now the next round of improvement is going to be with the stone cutter, and I'm actually going to be putting in stone floors outside the building. So there is the next improvement to come. Sorry about that. Now as you can see, this here is quite handy, and I'm just going to show you exactly why this is so handy. So I navigate myself on, count 1, 2, this here goes 2 to a block, 1 halfway, take a step forward, and this is some of the easiest farming you can do. Now I know that this isn't going to be a very eventful episode, especially considering where I am, but I am going to need a ton of resources before I continue on, and there is another type of farm I want to show you before I am done with this. Now obviously if I said there's another type of farm I want to show you, that means there's something else I'm farming up. So for the second farm, all you're going to need is an axe and a shield, or any weapon to be honest, and a shield. I actually missed my spacing on that. If I go too far forward, it actually makes a difference because the next crop will be affected by it. And obviously this is a massive amount of area that I'm cropping up, so it's going to make a big difference. So let's start moving on to this one. Halfway through, 1, 2. Now obviously these are going to decay and rot up and all of that. There's nothing you can do to stop it. No matter what you try, this will happen. So just be warned about that. And as you can see, it's 2 for every beam. So if you're counting this, there's 3 beams. So 2 times 3 is 6, double that, so it's 12 total for each one of these lines. And that's quite a lot of vegetables when you count your requirements for making soups and making them just for a nutriment for you to run around with. Now I am also going to be showing you 1 or 2 other things besides the farming method that I have right now, but let me just show you what I'm up to. This is going to take about a day and a half worth of farming in game. That's how long it takes to complete this method, even though this is quite fast. Now the reason for that is this isn't my only plant. This one here should be done relatively quickly. It should take 1.5 rows, and then should come my carrots. And my carrots do take up a ton of space. Now the carrots have suffered severely due to this. To be honest, I've experimented with them a few too many times on these, and I ended up losing about a dozen or 2 dozen of them. So yeah, that's it. Wherever the beehives are, I actually have to totally miss those plants, otherwise they just end up going unhealthy and dying. So it's rather not plant it than plant it and have a dead plant. Okay, let's go, and halfway through. Okay, let's see if I can get this done a little bit faster. 1, 2. As you can see, I missed all of those around the beehive. That's because the plants are a little bit iffy when it comes to spacing. I actually don't think that we need the room when it comes to how I'm putting it. You could actually fit 3 on a beam. I have tried that, and some of them do work, some of them don't. And it's very temperamental, to say the least. I had a full row actually survive when I did 3 to a beam. So that's 1 at the start basically, 1 in the middle, 1 to that point. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why it throws up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't drop me off. Yeah, well safe. I'm actually going to be repeating a base similar to this, but in stone on the outside for the plains biome. So this is basically a dry run for my plains base. I do know that a lot of people have been building off the massive pinnacles inside the plains. I have 2 huge plains biomes out here in the middle of nowhere. So one of them might just end up having a pinnacle base basically. I'll go up to the top and build something crazy up there using a portal as my up and down. Yeah, and there's a ton of upgrades. As I said, I had to give you all that last update because the moment this base was completed, it was subject to be upgraded. It's the way that things go because obviously this game is all about advancing to the next tier. Whew, okay, so yeah, this is almost 10 minutes just to plant the start of the turnips. These are just cedar plants, to be honest. I just removed the turnips one season ago basically. Now I am going to pause and start this video, so you might get some audio lag in the second half of this video. I'm really sorry for that, but there's nothing that I can do about it. It's that, or I take you along for this entire 45 minutes of planting and then into the next 45 minutes with the same thing going on all over again. And honestly, I don't find that fun to do for the videos. I do find the builds quite fun, to be honest. I love the building. I find the building to be more addictive than the content itself, and the advancement of level between each area, I find it to be too far. And you'll see exactly why I'm saying that when I start heading out again and doing the next set of farming. Oh, I'm done with my turnips. Carrot seeders. You know what, it doesn't make a difference if I mix them. Makes absolutely no difference. They all live with the exact same mechanic. So there I go. Okay, I've mixed them together. Now, in terms of enjoyability, this isn't the most enjoyable thing to do. I won't even deny that this gets a bit boring when it comes to planting full farms like this. So yeah, here we go. I might lose 1 or 2 on the edge. Yeah, there's it, 1 showing unhealthy. I was a little bit afraid of that happening, to be honest. I suspected it might happen. The carrots are very iffy when it comes to whether or not they're going to take the correct amount of room. Even though those two may have died like that instantly, the others might not die, and that's just the way that it is, and there's nothing that I can do to stop it. Looking at the gap, it's perfect. Those two are just about the same, but only those two turn brown to show unhealthy. I don't understand what's the reason behind it. As you can see, I even made my middle areas open to the farming. The back over there can't be extended because the land is too low to actually raise to the right platform. So yeah, that's the one catch with this entire area. I think last round I lost about 49 plants in the testing to try and put in even more plants in one area. So yeah, that's quite a heavy loss. I have to compensate for it and work out how many I can grow off each pole and count up that number of seeds for the next run and put them away in the box so that I have a full run for the seed run. The seed run is more important than the actual runs because I can lose 2 crops, there's no problem with that. But if I lose a full crop of the seed run, it's a big hit for me. Okay, so I'm stopping it here. I will bring you back for the next farm, and then I've got a little bit of a tour internally and you're gonna get to see a whole lot more. Okay, and things are running again. So here is the whole idea. I'm going to go out towards the edge of the Blackwood and Meadows here at my main base, and as I'm heading out there, I'm actually going to run around with my bow, which is one of my first iron items, and I am going to kill as many birds and deer as I possibly can. Sorry about that, that was an accidental kill. Not really. But anyway, the whole idea behind this is I'm going to kill as many of them as possible to stock up on feathers and meat. Now I have stocked up on a ton of meat. You're going to see my edibles in containers, and all of this is happening inside the main base. Now this area over here was all forest when I started this weird method. Now I just have to wait for the sun to go down, which is not long. I've already been active for quite a bit of this day, so I'm expecting nightfall to fall here soon. So the whole idea over here is once nightfall is in, I can actually slay everything that spawns here. Now I have to just double check that there isn't an ogre, because the ogre will ruin my plans. No ogre in here. The moment night falls, I have to eat. I've actually made the mistake of not eating, so that's how come there's that big death beacon. Ah, man. Now, you can see that I'm using my wood arrows. Simple reason for it is wood arrows are inexpensive. They just cost you some wood to form. They just cost you some wood to form up, and that's just about it. The moment the sun goes down, I'm actually going full hunting mode here. Not full hunting, sorry, full wood chopper mode, and literally going to literally run down everything I can within quite a range. Okay, so let's see what else is there in this region. Now I know that I am quite soft on these videos. The reason is quite simple. OBS, which has the best audio, is a bit heavy on my game at the moment, and it wasn't that way in the start. It was quite relaxed, and now all of a sudden I'm left with this issue where it starts causing lag. So since that happened, I've changed up my strategies, and I'm using Flash Express for these videos. Now obviously if I'm live streaming or anything, I can count on OBS. It's way easier to use OBS in those situations. I've killed 2 ogres here in the past 2 runs. I didn't even know there was copper out here. Alright, time to go. So the whole idea is I chop wood, and while I'm chopping wood, especially at this particular region, I am going to get a ton of brutes and shamans to interfere with me. Yeah. Last thing I need is to actually end up with no health and level 2 shaman against me. I just hope it doesn't rain. To be honest, that's the one thing, because the moment it rains, I'm in big trouble. I hear it. First wave is about to show up. The simple reason why I'm not using defense over here is they don't have enough firepower to actually take me down. It's only when they start that they hate those. One other thing that I do have at my disposal is health potions, so I'm going to take one. And the game freeze. I suspect it's another one of those saves. It's just about time for it. Now what I've done is I come out here and I literally kill them throughout the entire night process. Okay, yeah, here's it. Now once the night is over, this entire region will be loaded with loot. And I'm not even joking when I say this entire region. Just have to take care of these things. So far, no brute. I'm just waiting for the little roar, and as soon as that roar comes in, I know that they are on their way. Ah, here's it. Now the one thing that I do worry about is 2 and 3 star brutes. Sorry, 2 star and 2 or more 2-star brutes at the time. Now that has happened to me one time, and they are quite difficult to deal with. I actually need the bow to take care of a 2-star brute. There's no way that I can take them on in hand. Okay. That's odd. I'm still whacking away at trees. There should be tons of them. Normally there's a lot more than this. Normally it's the whole night fighting. I don't get a break like this to farm trees. The trees go down by accident as I slice through them. Don't tell me I'm running into bad luck on this run because of the number of good runs I've had, yo. And when I say the number of good runs, I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, I've had nights where this entire hillside took me 2 full day cycles to actually clear. Yeah, nothing is coming out against me. There we go, finally, 2 more. Ran out of stem. Sit down here. I was actually worried he was a starred shaman, and they gone. I don't think I'm gonna get another run from them. Normally I get a lot more than 1 star of the high levels. This has been a very bad night here for this farm, but nonetheless it allows me to take quite a bit with it. Ah, I see what I've been waiting for. I'm railing against the forest right now, basically. Okay, so there's the good run of enemies that I wanted. Quick and easy. I know that people have automatic farms, but I don't really enjoy the auto farms too much, and I don't see a reason to keep abusing them. Even if I could get them going, it's gonna stop in a few. Now this is a very welcome surprise, something I didn't expect. Okay, so all I've got to do right now is do my standard. There I go. Now I run back to base. Actually, wait, let me just finish off this axe of mine. Now you might be, oh, there's it, finally. You might be wondering why go through all this hassle of cutting down the forest and wasting all the time. There's a ton of stone in all of this mess, so that's actually what I am after. And right now I still have my arrows, which I will use on my way back to my base. Are you out here? So the whole idea is you come out here just before nightfall, you farm up as many trees as possible, you wipe out a lot of the enemy, and you end up with a much more open area for you to go through. Now it has its advantages, it also has a massive disadvantage. The more you kill, the worse it gets over time, because you have to go further and further out. So as you start cutting down more of that forest and taking it all out, your distance between your base and where you're farming gets worse. Now sorry for this lag, this is because my base is forming in. That's all of the terraforming I did in the past. There's it, knock down, knock down, knock down. All of it is being crumbled. Okay, should get a save. Now you saw that that's just the processing of my base. So there's a whole section behind it that wouldn't spawn at that point where I was. And as I came in range, it kept cutting down each section of the mountain to spawn in the full image. Now there's my big bonfire, which is one of the biggest items in my base. Here come the walls, the roof. I'm thinking of actually adding some flair to this base a little bit on the front. Thinking of posting up a few dragons. Okay, so how far am I? Oh, 29 minutes. I was out longer than expected. My entire base has a comfort level in it thanks to the bonfire, so yeah, that's one of the massive advantages. Sorry about the frame skipping inside here, this is just the way it goes. And here we go, storage room. Now it isn't as easy as it once was, so everything has been separated, so there's no two things which go together except for food items, because edibles, I just label them basically as edibles. There is a full case of stone, Grey Dwarf Eyes. I think I need a few more till it's full. Yeah, I'm gonna have one full case of Grey Dwarf Eyes soon. Birch tree seeds. I think I have one full case of wood as well somewhere around here. Got that from the swamp. This is old gear. Sterling cores. I have more than enough for what I want to do. I didn't collect any skeletal remains. Oh, this is my swamp box. Yeah, that's another one altogether. Gold. This is my cultivation kit, so basically with that will go all of the others for cultivation. My seeds and all of those things. This is my excess gear. So yeah, as I upgrade, they're gonna start filling in. No ancient wood. Obviously, this still needs even more neatening up and more work. This is my troll gear, so I'm going to upgrade all of it eventually, just for the sake of upgrading it. I have enough. Oh yeah, here's this. But I don't need to throw this in just yet. Let me just drop one stack of arrows in instead. This is basically a box for any gear as well, because I figured that's how much gear I'm going to have by the end of this. Let's see which trophies I have which go in here. Yeah, here we go. One. Don't have any other trophies. I'm surprised I don't have that many extra trophies in that first lot. Pine wood, none here. Flint, I didn't pick up any flint. Troll hide. Feathers, I didn't get any feathers on this front. Ah, here's it, meat. Strawberries. I think I've come from this section here. Yeah. Treasure. Ah, yeah, here's the one that I'm looking for. Eventually this base is going to be insane. There's going to be enough resources here to output an army. Okay, yeah, other sets of trophies. Now trophies, I'm just classing them all as one. There's no real reason to separate them out. Okay, yeah, that's valuables. Valuables again. Core wood, I'm going to have a ton of that to bring in a little bit. Regular wood. Coal. Second set of edibles. So yeah, you just had a quick look at what I have within my base. I hope that you all do enjoy this. Okay, this isn't the most enjoyable. I hope you'll enjoy this farming video nonetheless. And the next time that you see this base, I'm hoping that it goes through the second lot of improvements where the outside is full stone. Now, for that to happen, I need 4 full cases of stone before I start. So I've got a lot more farming to do like this. And I started off today with 4 stacks of full stone. Everything else has been farmed in. And that's in 3 hours. So that's what I've gotten from fighting the enemy. That's without mining any stone or picking up stone. That's anything besides what they've dropped. And there's still a ton of stone that I have to pick up. Let me just go repair my axe, because I still need something to defend myself. Okay, so if you have enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment on my video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.